crafty babes. Welcome back to another video. I am excited to share with you how I documented my recent 2020 week in the life. This was done the week of May 11th, 2020, and I took a bit of a different approach than I have in the past. In all of my previous day in the life or week in the lives, I have always done large pocket pages. Usually a week in the life would be an entire 2-page spread just for one day. You're just doing so much extra documenting that I always ended up with so many pictures throughout the weeks and the days that it became a little bit overwhelming. And this year I knew I wanted to do something different. I have been, as you know, completely obsessed with my Fringe notebooks. These can be purchased at any like TJ Maxx or Ross or Marshalls. That's usually where I find them. I have not been able to find them online, so I will not have a link for these in the description. But what I decided to do this year was find a way to put my week in the life in my notebook. The other thing I'm doing is that I am doing this week in the life specifically just about me, not about my family, not about what my kids are doing, because honestly, we are in the middle of stay-at-home orders and my kids are off to work and playing video games and snacking. Like, that is what our lives consist of right now. And I really wanted to document the things I'm doing. I've never done a week in the life or a day in the life just about myself. So this is what I decided to do was I made myself a daily template. The template comes with 6 boxes here that are 2 by 2. And then it has like a little stat box up here with the day. And then down here, it just says photos. And then it kind of gives a brand for like week in the life 2020 so that I didn't have to stamp that. I didn't have to, I don't know, when we go back looking at this, who knows what people will think. But I just wanted to make something that I could fill in easily every day. I wanted to be completely done with this project within a couple of days of the project ending. I did not want this to be something that I had to go back several weeks and remember things. So I, each night before I went to bed, I made a running list on my notes app in my phone, and I just kind of typed in real quick the things that I remember during the day based off of listing prompts. So I had kind of a long list of prompts that I wanted to work from. And then each day I just decided kind of what things I did that fell into some of these categories. And some categories I only used once and some made it into every single day, but it just made it so much easier to print just a few pictures. So I selected 6 photos for each day and 1 selfie. And that was a 6 by 6. And I will be selling these templates in my digital shop. I will be selling the daily template as well as the photo template so that you will have the right size photos to fit inside of this template. If you decide to print it out, if you decide to use it as a digital template and just throw your pictures in there, that'll be even cooler. So I decided to do 1 a day, just make it easy breezy. I wanted to list things. I wanted to do some simple decorating. I wanted a consistent look. So that is what we have for how the week is going to go. So for Monday, I did my big picture. I did some tags and clustering. I always wanted to be able to include stamps and things that were new in my stash that I really was excited to use. I didn't have a color scheme going other than I tried to do my best to match the photos. And so that's what happened. The other things I did consistently were I used my date stamp to stamp the day. Everything else I wrote in. I highlighted or outlined the prompt in a color that went with the day as well. And then I also filled in this square up here with pattern paper or an embellishment of some sort. So here's Tuesday. I decided that we definitely needed a bright background because I just had some really fun, colorful photos and I wanted to play off of those colors. These photos are like, my mirror is ridiculously dirty. It's not the greatest photo. I'm not wearing makeup in, I don't think, any of these. This one actually I took the day before Monday. So I used a photo from Sunday. So that is just how it worked. Not a perfect project. And I really wanted to show the imperfections and kind of just what was really happening for these days. Wednesday, I did some fun clustering down here. I felt comfortable adding a little bit of bulk. I like to use staples, and I used paper clips, and really had a bunch of fun. Just had so much fun. I printed memes that I found, and also a couple of days I took screenshots of my food tracker. This page is so fun because I got to use my new Felicity Jane Hope collection, and it was so perfect because I had these mints from Trader Joe's that were this beautiful light olive color, and just the rest of the photos just screamed like this pink and olive theme, so I was really pumped about that. I went with a kind of a busy circle vibe on this one. It is not my favorite, but I did have a lot of fun making myself some punched circles and elements and then kind of fitting them in. I love like making things feel like they fit like a puzzle. It's just a fun design thing for me. I like it a lot. So this was Friday. Saturday, I decided on like a bit of a stacked kind of border from my big picture, and a really light color scheme because my photos had not a lot of color. They were very muted, so I didn't want to overpower them. And I just loved having this one little extra bit for kind of what the overall theme of the day was. Like, I was happy. I love this, like all about like where I sit when I work at the couch with my heating pad and my chocolate and my little holder, my couch holder that has slots for different, like my water and things like that. And just, so I kind of use that as like kind of a marker for a big theme of the day. And so this one says Creative Weekend. This was Sunday, so just kind of wrapped it up with an Ali Edwards stamp from the Week in the Life set. I used a newer set from Humble and Create. This orange and pink and navy thing was like, I'm still feeling this whole entire kit. It's called Week, and so it's got all kinds of stuff that has to do with the weekend and weekly things. It was super fun, and the colors matched perfectly. I had this picture of a sunset, this kind of warmer tones, and I really had so much fun. So that is it. That's my 7 days of Week in the Life, and I did just glue pages together because they were already pretty sturdy from using an entire piece of cover stock. So I used my 80-pound cover stock to print the template out and made it real sturdy to use on the other side. And I was usually backing the page with a piece of patterned paper or cardstock anyway, so the pages end up being nice and sturdy. They're not flimsy or falling all over the place. But this project was so fun. I'm so glad that it was easy. What I ended up doing was the night before, or the end of the day, I just gathered the photos within my camera roll. I gave them a quick edit in my Lightroom app on my phone, and I plugged them into my photo template. And if I took any other photos or edited any photos, like maybe I was laying in bed before bed and I edited those photos, I would just do the photo template the very next morning. I had all of my daily templates already printed out. And then first thing in the morning, I'm the most like crafty and creative first thing in the morning. So I would sit and work on the previous day's pages each morning. And actually, I think the only day that I didn't do that was Monday morning. I was so burnt out after like all week of doing this that I think I didn't finish Sunday's page until probably Tuesday evening. Just because I was just a little like ready to be done with it, but I powered through and had a really fun time getting this project completely finished. So this is not going to be the only thing that gets stored in this. I just wanted to start with a fresh, I wanted to start with a fresh notebook because my first 2020 notebook is getting a little bit chunky and it's probably going to take me through spring photos. And I figured the end of May, mid-May would be a good time to just kind of start a new notebook. And so that's what I decided to do. So after this will be everything kind of going forward after May. This is, something that's kind of going to come next. And then I'll have the whole entire rest of this notebook to fill up the rest of 2020. And of course, the front will get decorated as well. So if you have any questions about Week in the Life or Day in the Life, you can visit AllieEdwards.com. She does Week in the Life maybe once or twice a year. There's probably going to be a Day in the Life coming up soon. It's just such a fun project. I love being able to look back on all of the memories and the details about the days. And I will leave links in the description for as many of the products that I used as possible. And some of them might be affiliate links, some of them might not, but I hope that you feel inspired to use things that you have in your stash and not go necessarily buy brand new things to start a project like this. It was really fun for me personally to dig through my stash and just find something that popped at me. I didn't spend a lot of time figuring out what I wanted to use. I just made some quick decisions and was able to get my project finished within 2 days of it ending, which is probably a record for me. Thank you guys again so much for watching. If you have questions, please let me know and I will respond as soon as I can. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.